Hey everybody, we're back in step 1 of a successful Slay the Spire run. Positive attitude, a smile on your face, and the belief in the center of your chest that you can make the run work. That you can get a win if you deserve it. 99 gold for a chosen rare. I think early glass knife with upgrade before first elite. The only danger is if we take this path, we gotta fight 2 elites. This path is really, really juicy. We're gonna choose a little bit more combat just because the shop is like literally useless for us. Terrible first draw. We drew all our defense right out of the gate. Or most of our defense, rather. I like glass knife a lot. I think an upgraded glass knife... Still 12 damage here. Yeah. An upgraded glass knife gives us every available chance to succeed. Yo, this is a real bummer, dude. Hey, here's the thing, game. You don't have to give me all the strikes on one turn and all the defense on another. You can mix them up a little. If we're gonna use it, we do need it to, and I think some AoE is very important. If we're gonna use it and rely on it for long-term success, we do need... Doesn't really matter what we play or drop here. We do need to upgrade it because it falls off super quickly. That was a great situation, though. Okay. I'm going to take Piercing Wail. This card has fallen out of favor a lot for me. Yikes. If only that it hit the right card. If it hit Glass Knife, we're just so much more in the clear, dude. I'd rather take 0. But if we upgrade it, I think for the first floor, that could be like the card that we hang our hat on. And we go like, okay, well, you know, you can't hurt me. I got Glass Knife. What are you gonna do? Very rare for us to kill this guy, the jaw worm on the first floor without taking damage. That's a big surprise. It's very hard for me to not take bullet time. If you draw it on turn 1, it's just chef's kiss. We don't have enough draw, especially to be concerned about it right now. Alright, so how do we want to handle this guy? I think you want to use Glass Knife while you got it. It's not like we have a bash or a vulnerability we're going to be looking for in the future. Piercing Wail, strong, and honestly, I don't really think it matters that he was already weak in advance. It's a good card to add to our deck as well. It's not like, it's not necessarily a one-time use, let's put it that way. 38 damage. We're about to draw bullet time. Glass Knife does 20. I don't like to take... I don't like to take that much damage. So why did you? Hey, good question. And then immediately we get hit again, so... I'm not feeling so smart now, are ya? And then we get Runic Dodecahedron. Just to put the icing on top of the freaking cake, dude. I'm gonna take Backflip. I genuinely had the flash through my mind of taking all of those cards. I think they're all functional. Frozen Egg. Powers are upgraded. Please heal me. Thank you. I will fight an elite in order to sneak an extra upgrade in. I think an upgraded Neutralize is probably my next play. In spite of my misplay, just by my misplays, I'm still just a rat in a cage. But sincerely, in spite of my misplays, I still feel like this deck is okay. It does hinge on being able to use Glass Knife without a doubt. Which we're going to draw next turn, unfortunately. Only taking 7 damage, not that big of a deal. You will be dead. Do need to find a way to do 33 damage to you. Yeah, definitely should have just used the basic strike, even though it doesn't make a functional difference. The upgraded strike does 9. Dagger spray only does 8. That's kind of a rookie mistake at this point. Let's be realistic. So, we're going to be in a real dicey spot for this elite fight. Honestly, something to punch through a little bit of armor. I think we got real lucky with this. It's very similar to our last deck, and you know, if you want to get technical, it's probably similar to just about every deck. We need to draw our good stuff faster in order to have a chance to win. I'll take 1 to kill you, potentially kill you a turn faster. I don't see a route for us. Like, we're definitely going to die to the elites. Unless something miraculous happens. So I'm taking 2 piercing whales. I'm hoping it is not you. Yeah, we can't even live through the first turn. I don't know why I'm like, I should use... Oh no, it's not frozen egg. I was thinking of frozen eye. Yeah, we're dead. I mean, we'll live for a turn as a result of that, but there's no way we do 42 damage to you. A lot of mistakes on this one early. It's rough. That's alright. Don't let it get you down. We're coming back. And 820's been a nightmare. It's gone so much worse than I ever would have expected. And that's some sincerity for you. I'm going to try to get the free elite. I like a little serotonin rush from the chance, the uncertainty. But one day we're going to get there. Sucker Punch, I think, is I like it. It's a wonderful card, in my opinion. I also... No, you know what? Give me that as well. This is kind of already... Take my 12 gold. It's kind of already... like my favorite way to build a silent deck. The only question is, do we want to go shivs with an infinite blades or poison? I'm gonna try... Thank you for not being combat. I'm gonna try shivs, and this will be a free elite, which we have not had in a little while. Offense, please. Yo, okay, never mind. We're probably going to try to get some poison going here. I think Predator is a very good card. Now, we didn't take Deadly Poison. That doesn't bother me. I wish we had taken it, but it's a common level card, I think. So I don't think it's a major misstep. But the Specimen... I don't know the meta on the Specimen, but for me, whoops, the Specimen is a good enough card to, pardon me, try to build around. I feel confident skipping Bane at an early level. I want you, gung 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 gung. I want you so bad, it's making me shine. Hard to ignore this kind of corridor here, but... Yeah, I think I'd rather have a campfire than a question mark. Even at full HP. Or good HP. Boss is Hexaghost. Footwork's valuable, but... Footwork's valuable. Let's just full stop. Footwork's valuable. Yes, Sucker Punch is also good, but we have 2 weakness generators. As is. So I would love to not use Entropic Brew here. The nice thing is that we remember letter opener too. It's actually pretty useful sometimes. The nice thing is the HP we lose here, if provided it's not too much, and I think we do want to pop it, unfortunately. But having intangibility for the Hexaghost... Actually, the Hexaghost probably... Intangibility might not be that big of a deal. But, if we lose a little bit of HP here, it's not necessarily the end of the world, because it does make our next boss fight that much easier. And it looks like we'll get out of this. I'd say like 20 HP is probably reasonable. Maybe even a little bit on the low side. Definitely need some more offense. And that's really like where the poison comes in. Is, you know, we want catalysts. Those are like must-have. Bouncing flasks. Yo, wing boots could be big here too. We will take another cloak and dagger. Deflect is also very good. I don't think I want to fight the other elite right now. I don't think it's worth using the wing boots for needless stuff. I'd really come around on wing boots. I used to dislike them. Now I like them. Sure. Now I like them, but I think we save them for like survival uses. Like there's no reason to use them here just to get a question mark instead of combat. It's my opinion, at least. I don't know, should we be focused on the Jawworm? It's gonna make the spike slime take a lot longer to get to. I'm telling you, Ghost in a Jar versus the Hexaghost, it just doesn't matter that much. So we should get the Jawworm. We probably should have focused on the spike slime first, but he doesn't scale. This guy scales. 4. Thank God. Okay. So I think we're fine to probably upgrade even another card. Instead of resting. God, it would be good to get a little bit of poison. Just something... Something to screw the Hexaghost up. You know what I mean? Because we have so little offense right now. But we're not going to get there. I'm going to take a Sucker Punch. Just because it's more damage. And, you know, the doubled up weakness, I think, is pretty positive. We're going to have to make it through a few of his nasty turns. I think we have a bad build for this guy, but a good build, like, in general. So he'll probably do 12 damage. Yeah. And just stack up that weakness as much as is humanly possible. Next turn, good chance to get Infinite Blades. It's not a big deal that we didn't. I mean, Infinite Blades, it's not really worth a whole heck of a lot. The real problem... And I do want to play Predator, but the problem for me is that, you know, we're going to be killing this guy so slowly that the burns are going to start to be an issue in the deck. And it's going to pretty soon become inevitable for us to take damage. We just have no offense. That doesn't mean I think it's impossible that we defeat this guy. Don't take it that way. 17. Still not taking damage, thankfully, but very close. But it's a much different fight than the fight you would script if you were trying to build the perfect way to kill this guy. Let me put it this way. Yeah, that's really bad. I think you gotta hit him harder. He's just a little bit over half dead, and we're slowing down because of our deck getting flooded. So I actually think we will lose this fight. 17. I mean, we're not taking damage, thankfully, and we got letter opener to work. Thank God, I guess, for the fact that we have an upgraded footwork, but it's not getting any easier. He's gonna probably get around to his big attack one more time. It hurts. Let's see, 14, he's doing 26. We're dead. It's painful, but at least we made it to the boss. We can at least have a broader choice of options, although our option did pan out for us there. We knew kind of going to the boss we didn't have what we needed. I'll trade 6 max HP. I'm relatively happy with what we got going on there. Let's see. Easy start. So, again, you know, I do want to reiterate from the last episode, thank you for watching the Slay the Spire episodes. Some people win, some people lose. Some were born to sing the blues. Journey said that. But I'm going to be here one way or the other. We've come too far in Slay the Spire to... I mean, we might take a break if it continues to go bad for a long period of time. Do modded in advance of when I had originally intended to do modded, which is, you know, when we finish A20. That's still my intention. Or, you know, just dip down to dailies for a little bit. Still take blur here. Remove transform upgrade. So that costs 0. 3 block, 3 damage. I have to think about it. This is probably 6 damage or 5 block right now. So I think that by itself is worth it. And then we get a little extra on top if it hits something better. I don't know if Blood Vial is that useful here. Having some poison is very advantageous. I know poison deck's not necessarily beloved, but here we are. Born to be kings. We are the princes of the universe. Queen. Anyway, what was I saying? I got lost. I'm gonna ride it out. Now, of course, I can't promise that we're going to get there. Definitely could have got some extra damage on him by changing the target selection there. I can't promise we're gonna win on this run or on any run or ever, but I can promise I'm gonna keep grinding the opportunities to win. So it would be very surprising to me if we couldn't get there. I do think a choke is probably our best option here. Prefer some AoE, but dude, this is not so bad. Are we going to choke? Let's do it. I think we played choke just to get that out of the way. Dramatic, noxious will work well for us, and maybe we could toss something else on it. You know, I think a second noxious starts to add up real quick. Very good stuff. We've come too far to stop A20. I don't want to be the guy who plays Slay the Spire, gets, you know, A19 victory, and then says to himself, you know, I don't want to do A20. A20 seems hard. It is hard, but I'm focusing on 2 things. I'm focusing on how dang good it'll feel once we actually get that win. And secondarily, I'm focusing on the node right in front of my face. Or a Calcum regen. Very happy. Out of these, Blur is very nice. Bane... I hate to say it, dude, because Burst is a rare card, but I think Bane is a way that we can guarantee enough damage to take out our boss. I hope. So we can definitely kill you. We will still take damage. My plan here is to not use Noxious until we're on the Hexaghost fight, just to minimize that first turn damage. And this strategy worked for me on A19. How did we win the run on A19? We had incredible decks, plus poison, plus catalysts, really, and that in and of itself Just barely, to be fair. But that in and of itself was enough. Please keep in mind, you have Orichalcum. Which, so that's a good example of when you should keep it in mind. We could have saved 1 HP by not doing that. You will live. Get it through your head. Orichalcum is a very important part of the equation here. You're not gonna die, which means we're gonna lose gold, but it was close. Little knock-on effect there, unfortunately. Liquid Bronze is so good here. Okay. I do really like Sucker Punch still. Not the film. Let's be reasonable. This guy's gotta go. A free defend, I very rarely will turn on my nose at. Okay. He's not dead yet. But if he gets hit once, he will be dead. I think this is our best outcome. He's not going to get to do a big attack. You're going to die. And I wouldn't be surprised. Hold on. Upon receiving attack damage, gains 2 strength. Well, you didn't receive any damage there, in my opinion. So, I actually think I'm going to look at we're on 20, so we're still got a little bit of combat left to go. It's unfortunate. I would really like to not have to, sure. I would really like to not have to use my regen potion in advance of the fight here against the Hexaghost. But I definitely do not want to tunnel vision on it so hard that we end up not being able to use it at all because we're dead. Like what almost happened here. But this fight's not gonna go on long enough for us to use it to its full effect. So, a little touchy. Don't do it, dude. You and I, we got a lot to live for here. We're so close to making the dream work. What are you doing? 13 damage? Next. I really think against this boss, that's what we want. Dude, I don't know. I think we still want to rest. But let's let it ride. I mean, we're 23 minutes in. We could fit another one in if it all goes wrong. Let's go. Both of the potions get taken immediately. No point in playing Madness. He's only doing 6 damage. He's doing 0 damage. It's gorgeous. What we put on him here? I mean, we might as well hit him with the die. There's no time like the present. He's going to take another 18 for attacking us, and I'm starting to believe that there's a way out. We've made our deck so thick. I'm not going to blame the game. We've made our deck so thick the Noxiouses have taken a long time to show up. When they show up, you play them. We're going to start to take damage, but we've also now got 6 extra damage coming to him every turn. Not 6 damage. 6 extra damage. So, Bane is 14 damage. Poison is 15 over a longer time scale. You know, when you put it like that, it makes the poison seem better. Which is probably true, actually. Just want to make sure we can live, you know, like, just minimize your burn rate here. Even though the poison is good damage, he's probably 2 turns away from death. If you can get out of this taking no damage... He's actually dead, thank God. He got a little spotty there. Okay, what the heck do we need? Catalysts. Malaise is gorgeous. Now, a nightmare to get more noxious is also hilarious, but I love Malaise. The use case is extremely easy to understand. I do love Snack OI, like, honestly, but I always will go with the Energy Relic unless we've got a particularly expensive deck coming up to the, you know, the junction where you get to make that choice. So we're still in dire need, without a doubt, of relics that relate to poison in any way, shape, or form. I'll tell you one thing, we do not want to play a defend here. Hold on, I'm just moving around. Can we kill one of these guys? Choke will deal 6 damage, and then that's another 6 technically because of the choke damage, so you'll be at 17. That'll probably be 7, so 10. We gotta find it. I think we can do it. So he's at 8. It's gonna be free no matter what, remember. Okay. Then might as well use Orichalcum to block max damage. We prevented 12 damage by using that potion. It was a very strong choice. Now we're going to take 12 here. You know what we could really use is a Caltrops, but once we get past this fight, Caltrops might no longer be necessary. Okay. Math checked out, thankfully. This is always I don't know, I always focus so much on the birds and then I end up getting through them, like, relatively easily. Unwise, but that's fine. It's always the other enemies on this floor that end up totally screwing me. I do like all-out attack a lot. I'm just gonna say it. We need some more defense. This guy is gonna be a problem as well. Taking 13 extra block into the next turn is very nice. And, you know, no need to play any of those, thankfully. I guess you could make the defend cheaper forever. Sure. 14 damage. Jeez. We're still probably going to be fine, but we're missing the obvious poison enablers. So this is a huge Orichalcum situation. We're definitely not going to kill him. But Orichalcum means we take 1 damage. He's pretty likely to die next turn. He's guaranteed to die next turn, I should say. Not a terrible fight, but again, still a dangerous situation. I'm going to stop adding cards, I think. Except for particularly valuable situations. Bag of marbles. I don't consider it that good, unfortunately. If we fight these guys, we will die. So I know... Basically, we just paid for a useless shop. Or we're going to a useless shop. So be it. I'm in the interest of living, if possible. Okay. Just any good outcome. Very nice. That should heal us to full. So it would have been nice to smith before, but how are you supposed to know? Tiny chest, okay. They nerfed this one, which is funny to me because I thought it sucked. Just goes to show you that it turns out maybe I don't have my finger on the pulse of the nation when it comes to quality items in the game. It's very good damage early. I stand by not playing Malaise. That's pretty big. I mean, this is really good damage output for us. I really just... I guess I have a problem seeing how this run... it didn't matter if I played it or not. I guess I have a problem seeing this run win without an ability to accelerate our poison output a little bit faster. We need a catalyst. Or two, or maybe even like more than that would... We don't need 3 catalysts, but having the ability to have 2 upgraded catalysts in a 30-card deck would be maybe about the right ratio. I think we definitely could use the block. I know I said I was going to stop adding cards. It's more like I'm going to stop adding attacks. For real. 24 damage. This has not been a kind floor. As of yet. I don't expect the game to be kind, to be fair. It's not that sort of game. You know what's weird is that dodge and roll, I guess, now that I think about it, it's not really better than Orichalcum. I know they nerfed this, by the way, but I think it's still too hard for us to live at 19 HP with this deck. I was thinking like, well, yeah, Orichalcum could work and provide the same block here. But, you know, what about next turn? Well, next turn it could do like literally exactly the same thing, dummy. That's really good damage turn 1. Now, I don't know, the last time we actually got one of our big enablers on turn 1 was about 20 years ago. This literally... The worst it could do is pay for itself at cost of 2, unfortunately. I'm amazed we're not taking damage. I don't know. This one, I'm losing confidence in this one. Thankfully, we lived through that. I mean, I'm losing confidence we're gonna survive this fight. The run is guaranteed if we beat this guy. No fooling. Well, maybe a little fooling. It's not looking good. That's all I'm gonna say. That doesn't mean we're sunk, but it's not a great situation. Now I actually planned that turn because like 15 block is pretty okay for where we want to be here. We definitely don't need Noxious. It doesn't provide us enough benefit. So the most important thing is not discarding something you want to use. So I think you... I think you'd use this once, then all-out attack. And we were hoping for it to not drop Malaise, which thankfully is exactly what happened. And this guy is going to be much weaker than his counterpart, at least. Not necessarily weaker in general, but... Ooh, this is going to be a tricky one. And by that, I mean... we might just be dead, but we'll see. All we need to do is a little bit of damage to him, now that I think about it. And, you know, it's up to you. We could either die or use this potion. I'm going to use the potion. We will get up to 22 out of 60 HP, and... yeah, I don't really think we're going to do this one. So, step 1. We're not even playing Survivor. It only gives us 2 block, and it costs us some extra damage or poison. I don't know. Blur might ruin Orichalcum just to roll over 3 block for next turn, which is... it's pretty terrible. The weakness is nice. Well, we could get to 16 block. That's probably better than just relying on Orichalcum and then hitting him with die for no reason. Just bounces off his block. Pretty simple plays. There's no way, though. Without a Catalyst, we can't even, like, cheat death on this guy. I don't even think, like, oh, well, why didn't you do a tactical malaise much later? A higher value malaise, I don't think it's going to be worth that much when he's down, you know, at the point where he's doing 60 damage. Okay, instead of 60, he does 45. Doesn't really matter when you look at our HP. You know, we got the route to victory, it passes through a different lens for us, I think. Keep in mind, my man is going to purge all poison starting on the next turn. Doesn't mean it's not worth applying it, because at least it does do extra damage on that turn, which is the way things normally work. And thankfully, we're able to roll over 24 block, but we're probably still going to die, even if we can weaken him. It's 48. We can add another 16. We can get to literally 48. An attempt was made, and yet we have been slain while trying to spire yet again. Life goes on. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I really tried. We'll be back with the defect, my robot son. We have the best chance with him, I would say. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. That was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!